The Ant and the Grasshopper, a mythological fable set in the royal palace. Once upon a time, there was an industrious ant living in the royal palace of a mighty king. She was always busy and diligent, and the people of the palace admired her hard work. One day, a grasshopper came to stay at the palace, and the ant couldn't help but laugh at his laziness. The grasshopper spent the day singing, playing music, and dancing around the palace, while the ant worked tirelessly away. The ant was consumed with her work, while the grasshopper laughed at her efforts. After a few weeks of this, the ant grew tired of the grasshopper's mocking, so she confronted him and asked why he was so lazy. The grasshopper replied that he was simply preparing for the long winter months that were coming. He explained that he had been gathering food and supplies so he would have enough to survive the winter, while the ant had been too busy to prepare herself. The ant was taken aback by this and realized that the grasshopper had been planning ahead, while she had been too busy to think about the future. She thanked the grasshopper for his advice and began to prepare for the winter. The grasshopper smiled and said that it was no problem, and that he was glad he could help. The ant and the grasshopper spent the winter months together in the palace, and the ant was grateful to have someone to help her make it through the cold, lonely months. The moral of the story is that it is important to plan ahead and be prepared for the future. It is never too late to start planning, and it is always better to be safe than sorry. The grasshopper was able to survive the winter because he had planned ahead, while the ant was left to struggle alone. So, take the time and make the effort to plan for the future and be prepared for whatever comes your way.